Future retirement crisis for millennials and Gen Z, Americans crushed by debt, and Joann bankruptcy. Hi, it's Edward, back with another video. Please take a moment to click the thumbs up button below and consider subscribing to the channel. Please also share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Today, I read several financial news articles. I've included links to the articles in the description below. I encourage you to read the articles to support the authors and news sources. As a private American citizen, I'd like to report and share my transformative thoughts through commentary regarding small sections of these articles that are of public interest. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Eric Ravel titled, "Cost of Living Hinders Younger Generations from Saving for Retirement, Fidelity." The author of this article referenced a new report from Fidelity Investments that found over half of millennials and Gen Z believe they will have a harder time saving for retirement due to the higher cost of living. Well, my friends, this is really concerning to me. However bad the retirement crisis in America is right now, I suspect it could be a lot worse in the future when these younger generations reach retirement age, unless they inherit wealth from their parents. For those who do not inherit wealth from their parents and were unable to save for retirement, life may get very difficult. Living just on Social Security today is no easy task given the high cost of just about everything in life. Unless you have a home that is paid off with modest property taxes and insurance, and you are in good health and don't do much for entertainment that involves spending money. I personally don't know how retired people who are renters are surviving if they are living just on Social Security with no other source of income, especially if they are receiving the average monthly Social Security retirement benefit of just $1,907. That's right, my friends, that is the average benefit amount as of January 2024. How in the world would a single person pay his or her rent, utilities, groceries, car expenses, and cell phone bill with that level of income? Even if you live in a small town with one stoplight, I think it would be hard to do. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it would be hard to do. You might be able to survive, but you may not be living and actually enjoying all that life has to offer. Getting back to the article, the author said the Fidelity survey revealed that 57% of millennials and 56% of Gen Z believe they will have a harder time saving for retirement than their parents did due to the higher cost of living. 38% of people in Generation X and 16% of baby boomers expressed the same concern. The higher cost of inflation and consumer debt appear to be the main barriers to reaching retirement savings goals. In my opinion, the fears that some of the younger generations have may be spot on. Many of their wages are not keeping pace with inflation. Many are struggling due to the high cost of just about everything. Many are unable to buy a home and benefit from appreciation over the long term to build wealth. Some of these younger people have student loans they are struggling to pay. Some may even have a hard time finding a full-time job since there are so many part-time jobs in this new gig economy. Life is certainly not the same as it was in the 1950s or 1960s. Now here is the most interesting part of the article. The author said Americans of all generations said they wished they had started planning for retirement earlier. The study found that on average, Gen Z respondents said they started planning for retirement at age 20 when they wished they had started at age 17, while millennials started at 27 and wished they had started at 22. Here are my thoughts. If young people did start dollar cost averaging into a well-diversified portfolio at age 17 and did so consistently until age 67, imagine the type of retirement they could possibly have. With that said, I don't think it is realistic. How many people start saving for retirement at age 17 unless they have parents that are financially savvy and provide guidance and some seed money? When I was 17, I was more interested in what kind of cool car I wanted to own. I wasn't thinking about retirement at all. It is also hard to think about funding a retirement portfolio when you are still in high school and don't even have a full-time job yet. Many people this age are not even certain about what type of career they want to pursue after graduating from high school. I just found the findings from this survey to be really interesting. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I read another interesting article today about people having trouble saving. This one was on ZeroHedge.com, written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at ZeroHedge, titled, "I Can't Even Save. Americans Are Getting Absolutely Crushed Under Enormous Debt Load." According to the author, Americans are being absolutely crushed by inflation and crippling debt. The author went on to reference accelerating bank charge-offs, which are now above pre-pandemic levels. The author also indicated there has been a quarterly increase in the share of loans that are 30 to 90 days past due. Well, my friends, I think the author is spot on. Not all, but many Americans are having a difficult time in our current economic reality, especially those who don't own assets and have not benefited from appreciation. Many have just seen their buying power erode faster than they can make money. Every day when I read the news, I see articles predicting what the Fed is going to do with interest rates. Cutting the Fed funds rate is not a magic potion that fixes everything. Rate cuts might result in slightly lower credit card interest rates for those who have a mountain of credit card debt. Rate cuts may also make financing a car slightly more affordable. Rate cuts are really going to benefit those with deep pockets. For working class Americans who are struggling right now, I don't think they will see any meaningful relief. Now here is something interesting. The author referenced a portfolio manager from investment firm Beach Point Capital Management who said, "Many consumers are levered to the hill, maxed out on debt and barely keeping their heads above water. They can dog paddle if you will, but any uptick in unemployment or worsening of the economy could drive a pretty significant spike in defaults." Well, my friends, I tend to agree with him. Many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck with no emergency fund, and they are ill prepared to deal with something unexpected such as unemployment. Unfortunately, some lack financial literacy, and they are living above their means and don't even realize it. Many are putting themselves in a dangerous financial predicament. Others are barely surviving and doing their best to live beneath their means, but even that is not enough. My heart goes out to all of these people. I truly worry about what is going to happen here in our great country if we enter an ugly recession and unemployment ticks up. I worry about these families, especially those with children. This could all prove to be very traumatic. It's not just hardworking Americans who are struggling. I read an article today on foxbusiness.com written by Pilar Arias, titled, "Crafts Retailer Joann Files for Bankruptcy After 81 Years." According to the author, Joann Incorporated filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after 81 years in business. The stores and website will remain open. The author indicated Joann Incorporated went private in 2011 before going public a decade later with an initial offering of $12 a share. The stock opened at 25 cents a share on Monday. Well, my friends, there are a lot of people who enjoy shopping at Joann Fabrics and Crafts. I don't know all the particulars regarding what is happening with this business. I have been to Joann stores in the past, and I have found them to be a bit dated. I've also found some of the items there to be very expensive. I am sure it is hard for them to compete with online retailers that provide same-day or next-day free shipping and better pricing in some cases. I have to wonder if there is a decrease in the number of people who have the disposable income to buy materials to make crafts. Sure, it is nice to decorate your house with homemade crafts if you can afford to do that. Some Americans are working multiple jobs in our gig economy and struggling just to put food on the table each day, and knitting a blanket isn't as much of a priority as it may have been for their mothers or grandmothers who may have had more free time and more disposable income. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I wish some Americans had more time and money to knit blankets for the homeless. I read an article today on ZeroHedge.com written by Tyler Durden, likely a pseudonym for writers at ZeroHedge, titled, "Housing Affordability Crisis Solved. Sedona to let homeless workers sleep in cars." According to the author, the swanky city of Sedona, Arizona is addressing its outrageous housing costs by creating a parking area so homeless workers have a place to sleep in their cars legally. Don't get too excited, my friends. the city is only making 40 parking spaces available in the town's cultural park. The lot is outfitted with temporary bathrooms and showers, though. Now, here is the most interesting part of this story, in my opinion. To secure a spot in the lot, individuals must be full-time workers in the city. Social workers are also available to help people find permanent homes. The author says good luck, since the average house is going for $930,000 and rental homes are oriented toward big spending vacationers. Well, my friends, here is my opinion. Why don't the employers pay a livable wage, and then this parking lot for homeless people who are full-time workers wouldn't need to exist? Sure, the business owners may need to adjust their prices to remain profitable, but if they have a lot of wealthy vacationers who come into town, this may not be a problem. Some of these big spenders can simply plop down their black card and enjoy their time on vacation and help the local economy. I'm sure some of you will say these people should just go work somewhere else where the cost of living is less. Sure, that may be an option for some, but what about the people who have family in the area and they want to make their family a priority? Some may not want to relocate somewhere farther away to an area with cheaper housing. I worry about these people sleeping in their cars. What happens if they get too hot or too cold? What happens if someone decides to target these people? I hate to think of the harm that could come to them. What do you think about this situation? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.